I met someone.
Wait, what? What's his full name?
Thomas Wilson. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but he seems like the kind of man I've been praying for.
Diana, I'm really happy for you.
Hello, Thomas. I hope everything is going well with you.
I'm actually quite busy, Diana.
I am so confused because of your attitude towards me lately.
Frankly, I am no longer interested in trying to make this work.
You're just not interested anymore? Just like that?
Yes,
You all should have seen how devastated she was. She actually believed she was finally going to walk down the aisle this time. If I'm not happy, why should perfect Diana be? And as long as I'm around, she'll never wear a white dress or have the life she's always praying for.
Some days I walk into this apartment and the quiet feels peaceful, and other days it reminds me how alone I am in here. I shouldn't complain, I know that. Things could be worse. I have a decent job, the bills are paid, and at least my brother's tuition is covered for the semester. Mama will probably call later to ask if I've eaten properly, as if I'm still the little girl she used to worry about. Responsibility has a strange way of aging you faster than the calendar does. Most people my age are worrying about parties or trips, but I'm sitting here calculating school fees and family transfers. I've handled a lot of things on my own since Dad passed, and I'm grateful that you've helped me carry it this far. But sometimes I wonder if it would be so wrong to ask for someone to share the weight with me. I don't want anything extravagant. I'm not dreaming about big weddings or luxury houses. I just want a partner, someone to sit across from me at night and talk about the day. Someone who understands what responsibility feels like without running away from it. I've watched too many people rush into relationships just because they were tired of being single, and I promised myself I wouldn't do that. If a man isn't serious about the future, then I would rather remain alone than build something that will collapse later. Maybe that's why it's taken this long. I'm not interested in games or temporary attention. If it's gonna happen, it has to be real. Thanks for the food. You always arrive exactly when I'm too tired to cook.
That's because I know you. Left alone, you would probably eat biscuits and call it dinner.
That's not entirely untrue.
You look different today, Dee. Something is going on.
Different how?
I don't know, lighter. Like someone who's hiding good news.
I'm not hiding anything.
Diana, we've been friends too long for you to pretend. Did something happen at work? Did you finally get that promotion?
No, nothing like that.
Then what is it? Because that smile didn't come from nowhere.
I met someone.
Wait, what?
His name is Thomas. We met at that administrative seminar last week.
A seminar? So you went to a boring professional event and somehow came back with a man?
It wasn't like that. We just started talking after one of the sessions.
And
it felt easy. I didn't feel like I had to impress him or act a certain way. We just talked.
what does he do?
He's an engineer, works with a construction firm.
An engineer? Diana,
Relax. It's still very new.
I've been telling you for years to go out more. And the one time you do, you meet an engineer at a seminar.
I didn't plan it. It just happened.
Is he serious? Or is he just being friendly?
From what he said, he seemed serious. He told me he's not interested in casual dating. He's looking for someone who actually wants a future.
And so you believe him?
I think he's genuine.
When are you seeing him again?
Sunday, after service.
Sunday already? That man is moving quickly.
Not quickly, just clearly.
What's his full name?
Thomas Wilson.
And where does he go to church?
Grace Chapel, the one near the old airport.
I know that place.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but he seems like the kind of man I've been praying for.
Diana, I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
You've waited long enough. You deserve something good.
Let me get a little bit of salt for the sauce.
I'm glad you agreed to come here.
I agree. Places like this make it easier to actually talk.
And talking was the reason I asked you out. So tell me something about yourself that most people don't notice.
Well, most people think I'm very serious all the time. But the truth is, I'm just careful about where I invest my energy.
That sounds responsible, not serious.
I've had to be responsible for a long time.
Family?
Yes. I have a younger brother who stays with my mom, and I support them.
That explains the calm way you carry yourself. I'm glad we met at that seminar. I almost didn't attend.
Really?
Yeah. But meeting you made the trip worthwhile.
That's a smooth compliment.
It's honest and I enjoy talking with you. It feels easy.
I was thinking the same thing.
Good. That means I didn't imagine it.
No, you didn't. I'm telling you, it wasn't just a date. It felt like an answer to a prayer I hadn't even finished yet, and I keep replaying every single word he said in my head because it felt so intentional. It is as if we are just a match from heaven.
A match from heaven? Those are big words for a first date, Dee. And you know how I worry about you getting your hopes up too high before you really know a man's character or his past.
We talked for hours and it felt like minutes, and Thomas is so intentional. He's already talking about where we stand and what he wants for the future, which is something I haven't experienced in years.
I am just so happy for you, truly, because you've waited so long for this, and nobody deserves it more, but I just hope he's actually the person he's presenting himself to be in these early moments.
Thank you. I finally feel like the long nights of loneliness and wondering if God had forgotten my address are finally coming to a close with Thomas.
God is good, but remember the Bible tells us to be as wise as serpents and as harmless as doves, so don't let your emotions blind you to the reality.
I appreciate your concern, Anola, I really do. But can't we just celebrate that for the first time in 3 years, I actually met a man who values the same things I do?
Of course we can celebrate, and I'll be right there cheering you on. God is good. Just make sure you give me his full details later so I can, cover him in my prayers tonight.
It has been 3 weeks since I last heard from Thomas, and the man who once couldn't stop calling has become a stranger who barely answers his phone. At first, I made excuses for him, telling myself that work was demanding, or that he was simply going through a season of spiritual retreat that required his full focus. But you can only hide behind busy for so long before it starts to look like avoidance, and I can feel the coldness in every short one-word text message he sends. He ducks my invitations, he finds reasons to hang up within minutes, and he treats my presence like a burden he is forced to carry rather than a blessing he once chased. I have spent 21 days analyzing every conversation, wondering if I am overthinking things, but the Holy Spirit is not the author of confusion, and this confusion is draining my peace. I am going to call him right now. Hello, Thomas. I hope everything is going well with you, and that I'm not interrupting anything too urgent right now.
I'm actually quite busy, Diana. I have a lot on my plate this evening, and I wasn't really expecting a call at this hour.
Please, even if you are busy, can we have just a few minutes to talk? I promise I won't take much of your time, but I really need to hear your voice.
I suppose I can spare a few minutes, though I don't think there is much left that hasn't already been made clear by the way things have been going lately.
That's exactly why I'm calling, Thomas. I am so confused because of your attitude towards me lately, and I need to know what is really going on.
I don't know what you mean by attitude. I've simply been focusing on my own life and the things that require my immediate attention.
You've been so distant. You don't call anymore, And when you do speak to me, it feels like I'm talking to a stranger instead of the man who said he loved me.
Feelings change, Diana, and as I've had more time to think, I've realized that we are just not as compatible as I initially thought we were during those first few weeks.
How can you say we aren't compatible when we haven't even had a single disagreement? We were so happy, or at least, I thought we were.
Happiness isn't the only metric for a relationship, and I've come to see that our lives are moving in two completely different directions that don't align.
So what happened to the conviction you had?
I was mistaken, and I'm man enough to admit that now. I've looked at the reality of who you are and who I am, and the pieces just don't fit together.
What reality are you looking at, Thomas?
It's about my own peace of mind, and frankly, I am no longer interested in trying to make this work.
You're just not interested anymore? Just like that?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. I've reached my limit, and I think it's best for both of us if we just stop right here and go our separate ways.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from you.
Goodbye, Diana. I have nothing more to say to you, and I would appreciate it if you didn't call this number again.
I feel like my world has just crumbled into pieces, and I am sitting here trying to find a reason for a rejection I never saw coming.
Just let the tears flow, my dear sister, because holding them in will only poison your spirit, and I cannot bear to see you suffer like this.
He sounded so cold on the phone, as if every beautiful word he ever spoke to me was a lie he was now ashamed of telling.
That is the nature of men who lack the fear of God. They build you up only to enjoy the sound of you falling.
I keep asking myself what I did wrong, or what part of me wasn't enough to keep him interested after he promised he would never leave.
You did nothing wrong, Diana, and you must stop searching for faults in yourself when the fault clearly lies in his inability to appreciate a gold mine.
I can't even tell if someone had poisoned his mind against me. He just dismisses me like I was nothing more than a passing shadow in his life.
People can be so cruel with their tongues, but you shouldn't worry about rumors when you have a friend like me who knows your true character.
You are the only thing making sense right now, and I thank God that I have a sister who stands in the gap when I am too weak to pray for myself.
I will always be that for you, Dee, because I promise to watch over you, and I take that vow more seriously than any man ever could. One day, you will look back and thank God for this door's closing.
I just wanted to be loved for who I am, without the games and without the sudden silences that make me feel like I'm losing my mind.
And that is a constant you can rely on, while the rest of the world proves itself to be untrustworthy and fleeting.
I don't know how I'll face tomorrow, or how I'll ever trust another man with the details of my heart, after what Thomas just did to me.
Then don't trust them. Stay close to those who have proven their loyalty, and let the rest of the world stay on the outside where they belong.
You're right. I need to guard my heart more fiercely than I ever have before, because clearly, I am not a good judge of who is safe and who is not.
Exactly, and that is why I am here to help you judge, to help you see the red flags before they turn into the fire that burns you.
I'm so exhausted from the pain, I just want to sleep and forget that this day ever happened, or that Thomas ever existed.
Then close your eyes and rest, and know that while you sleep, I am right here making sure that nothing and nobody can get close enough to hurt you again. Excuse me, I hope I'm not intruding, but aren't you the Thomas that my dear friend Diana has been glowing about lately?
I am, though I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting yet.
I'm Anola, Diana's absolute best friend in the world. She tells me everything, so I feel like I already know you from all her stories.
It's a pleasure to meet you. She has mentioned having a very close sister friend who keeps her grounded.
That's me. I've been the one holding her hand through all the ups and downs, though mostly the downs, if I'm being honest with you.
Downs?
Yeah, I mean the reality of the chaos she's been running from.
I'm not sure I follow you. Diana strikes me as one of the most stable and transparent women I've ever had the privilege of knowing.
She is a master at that first impression, Thomas, and I love her dearly, but my conscience won't let me sit by while another good man gets caught in her web.
Her web? That's a very strong word to use for someone you claim is your best friend.
It's because she's my friend that I have to be honest. I've seen her cycle through men like you, promising them a divine connection while hiding her massive debts and legal troubles.
Legal troubles? Diana works in a corporate office and spends her weekends at church. Where would legal trouble even come from?
Let's just say there are things from her past involving her previous engagements that she hasn't quite settled, and she's looking for a man to provide the ultimate cover.
She told me she hasn't been serious with anyone in years because she was waiting for a man who truly fears the Lord.
She says that to everyone because she knows it's exactly what a man of your caliber wants to hear, but the trail of broken hearts and empty bank accounts she leaves behind says otherwise.
I can't believe this. We just had a conversation about our shared values and our commitment to total honesty in this relationship.
Honesty is a foreign language to Diana when she's in pursuit mode, and I'm only telling you this because I'd hate to see your reputation ruined by her drama.
My reputation is everything to me, and I've worked too hard to let a relationship bring reproach to my name or my faith.
Then you should be very careful, Thomas, because once Diana has her hooks in, she makes it very difficult for a man to leave without a public scandal.
I had a strange feeling today, a sort of unrest in my spirit, and I thought I was just being nervous, but now I see it was a warning.
That's the Holy Spirit looking out for you, and I'm just the vessel being used to confirm what your heart was already sensing about her.
Thank you for having the courage to speak up. It must be hard for you to say these things about someone you are so close to.
It's incredibly painful, but I'd rather she be mad at me for telling the truth than see a brother in Christ fall into a trap he didn't see coming.
I need to distance myself from her immediately. I don't have the strength or the desire to deal with that kind of deception.
Just do it quietly, Thomas. If you tell her we spoke, she'll find a way to twist my words and make me look like the enemy to keep her hold on you.
I'll handle it. I'll just tell her I don't think we're compatible and end it before any more of my time is wasted on a lie.
I have to say, sitting here across from you tonight feels like a victory I've been chasing for a very long time, and I am so grateful you finally said yes to us.
It wasn't that I wanted to make you chase me, Michael, but after everything I've been through, I had to be absolutely sure that my heart was ready to open up again.
I've admired your work and your spirit from a distance at the office for months, and I knew from our first partner meeting that you were someone worth waiting for.
That means a lot to me, because I've spent the last year just trying to find my footing again and focusing entirely on my career and my relationship with God.
I could see that focus in you, and it only made me respect you more, though I did wonder if I would ever get the chance to show you how serious I am.
I was just trying to be careful this time around after a breakup I couldn't understand or even begin to deal with at the time. It left me feeling like I was walking in the dark.
You don't have to walk in the dark anymore, because I want to be the kind of man who brings light and clarity into your life every single day.
It's refreshing to hear you say that, because for a while I honestly believed that silence and confusion were just parts of the package when it came to dating.
Not with me, Diana. I believe in being an open book, and I want us to build something that is based on mutual respect and a shared vision for what a godly home should look like.
I love the way you speak about the future with so much certainty, and it makes me feel like I can finally let go of the occurrences that haunted me last year.
The past belongs in the past, and whatever happened before doesn't define who you are to me or what we can become if we keep God at the center of this.
I'm ready to stop looking back at the whys of my past and start looking forward to the whats of our future, Michael.
That is all I've ever wanted to hear, and I promise you that as long as I'm in your life, you will never have to wonder where you stand or if you are loved.
I believe you.
And I am fully committed to us, and I am so excited to see how our stories continue to weave together in the months to come.
I have been holding this in for a whole week because I wanted to be absolutely certain before I spoke it out loud, but Michael and I are officially in a relationship and he is already looking at engagement rings.
Wait, back up. You're in a relationship? Since when did the guy from the partner company go from chasing you to buying rings without you even telling me you had said yes to him?
I know I should have told you the moment I made it official, but I wanted to savor the peace of it for a few days before the world, even you, started weighing in on it.
Engagement rings, Diana? Really? You are informing me about a boyfriend and a proposal in the same breath as if we haven't been sisters for years who share everything.
It has been months of him pursuing me, and this past week of being official has shown me a side of him that is so steady and sure that I didn't want to wait any longer to tell you.
A side of him you've seen for 7 days is not a foundation for a marriage, and it hurts that you kept this from me while you were already planning a future.
I didn't mean to hurt you, I was just being careful with my heart. But Michael is so open about his life, his finances, and even the family inheritance he manages.
Why is a man telling you about his family's private assets so soon? That sounds like a man trying to buy your trust instead of earning it with time and character.
He isn't trying to buy anything. He wants me to see the blueprint of the life we are going to build, and he even showed me the architectural plans for the house he's building.
A house? Well, he certainly talks a big game for a man you've only just started calling your boyfriend. But you know how men love to paint a beautiful picture to get a woman's guard down?
HE is not like that. He's taking me to meet his mother next Sunday, and he's already requested a formal meeting with my brother.
Really? His family must be very prominent then. What exactly did you say his full name was again? And where did you say his father's logistics firm is located?
His name is Michael Clive, and his family owns that massive firm near the port. He's the managing director there, yet he is so humble and grounded in his faith.
That is a very high-profile circle you are entering so suddenly, Diana. Are you sure you're ready for the scrutiny that comes with that wealth?
I don't feel any pressure, because Michael makes me feel so secure.
Well, if he's that certain, I suppose I should be happy.
Thank you for always sharing in my joy.
I've been standing here for 20 minutes, trying to figure out how to even look at you right now after the things I've heard about you.
Michael, what are you talking about? You've been quiet since you came to pick me up, and your energy is completely different.
I'm talking about the fact that I'm being told I'm just one of many men you're currently playing to see who can provide the best life for you.
Who would tell you something so disgusting and untrue? You know I've been focused only on you and this relationship.
Is that why there are records of you being involved with another man in the logistics industry at the same time you were supposed to be with me?
That is a lie. I don't even know anyone else in your industry, Michael. Please, tell me who told you this so I can clear my name.
It doesn't matter who said it when, the details are so specific. The way you move, the way you use your faith to trap men, and how you're after my family's estate.
I have never cared about your money or your estate. I cared about you, but you're believing shadows instead of the woman standing right in front of you.
Maybe I was just another target for your transparency act, and giving me your trust was just a way to make sure I didn't look too closely at your double life.
A double life? Why would you think I could possibly be manipulating anyone else?
I'm not going to be another victim of your games, Diana. I have a reputation and a family name to protect, and you are a liability I can't afford.
So you're just gonna throw everything away because of a rumor? After everything we talked about and the future we were building?
There is no future with a woman I can't trust, and right now, I look at you, and I don't even recognize the person I was planning to marry.
Michael, please just listen to me for 1 second. Someone is trying to destroy us, can't you see that?
The only thing I see is that I almost made the biggest mistake of my life by letting you into my family's world.
I can't believe you're doing this.
I'm ending this now before you can do any more damage to my life or my peace of mind.
You're breaking up with me? Over a lie that you won't even let me address?
It's over, Diana. I'm leaving, and don't bother calling me or trying to explain yourself to my family.
Michael, please don't do this. Don't break my heart.
Goodbye, Diana. I hope whatever game you're playing was worth losing everything we had.
Lord, I came here to speak to you, but for the first time in my life, I have no words left to offer and no strength to look up toward heaven. Is there something inherently broken in me that I cannot see, Or is there a stain on my soul that causes every good man to turn and run in the opposite direction? I have tried to live a life of integrity. I have kept my garments white and my heart pure. Yet I am being treated like a common deceiver and a predator of hearts. Maybe the silence from last year wasn't a test of my patience, but a warning that I am meant to be alone because I am fundamentally unlovable. I feel like a failure as a woman and as a daughter of Zion. I am embarrassed to even show my face at church because the shame of these rejections is suffocating me. Are the rumors true, Lord? Am I subconsciously manipulating people? Is there a darkness in me that I've been calling light all this time? I am beginning to believe that I don't deserve the happiness I see everyone else enjoying, and that every hope I have for a family is just a delusion. If I am the problem, please reveal it to me, because I cannot survive another heartbreak that I am forced to endure without knowing what I did wrong. My heart is heavy, my spirit is crushed, and right now, the only thing I can hear in this room is the sound of my own shattered dreams. I am tired of being strong. I am tired of waiting on the Lord, and I am tired of fighting for a life that seems to want nothing to do with me.
You cannot stay in this house and rot, Diana. The 10-year reunion is this Friday, and we are going.
I can't face those people. I don't have the strength to pretend I'm okay or answer questions about why I'm still alone.
If you stay hidden, you're letting the rumors win. You need to walk in there looking radiant and reclaim your power.
I don't care about power anymore. I just want to be left alone to heal without being judged by old classmates.
I'll be right by your side the entire night. You need a distraction before you lose your mind in this apartment.
I have a bad feeling about this, Anola. Every time I step out lately, my life falls further apart.
Nonsense. I've already picked out a dress for you, and I am not taking no for an answer.
Fine, I'll go. But the moment I feel overwhelmed, I'm leaving, and you won't stop me.
Deal. Now go wash your face. We are going to show them that Diana is still standing. You all should have seen how devastated she was. She actually believed she was finally going to walk down the aisle this time.
But how did you even get these men to believe those stories? Both Thomas and Michael seemed so head over heels for her.
It's easy when you're the best friend they trust. A few whispers about her having secret debts and a hidden past, and they couldn't run away fast enough.
So you were the one behind the spiritual battle she's been crying to us about all year?
Of course. I couldn't let her settle down with better men while I'm still out here struggling. If I'm not happy, why should perfect Diana be?
You're wicked, Anola. She really thinks she's cursed. Or something is wrong with her soul.
The only curse she has is me, and as long as I'm around, she'll never wear a white dress or have the life she's always praying for. There she is! My beautiful best friend. I was just telling everyone how much you needed this night out to clear your head.
I'm sure you were. You always seem to know exactly what I need and how to make sure I get it.
Are you okay? You look a bit pale, honey. Do you want me to go grab you a drink or find us a quiet corner to sit?
No, I'm perfectly fine.
That's the spirit. Let's go mingle. I want everyone to see how well you're handling everything despite the recent complications.
I'll mingle, but I'm going to stay right here, where I can see every face clearly.
You're acting a bit strange, but I'll chalk it up to the nerves of being around all these old faces after so long.
It's okay, I will be fine. I sat there for 3 hours, watching the person I called my sister play the role of my protector, while she was the very hand that stabbed me. Every prayer we shared and every tear she wiped away was nothing but a calculated move to keep me beneath her. I wasn't fighting a spiritual curse. I was feeding a snake that I kept in my own house. I looked at her one last time with a final clarity that I will never again be the naive woman who hands over the keys to her life. My kindness was never my weakness, but my misplaced trust was, and that ends tonight. When I first overheard those whispers at the reunion, a part of me refused to believe it. I tried to tell myself I was mishearing things or that it was just a cruel misunderstanding. However, the messages I saw on her phone earlier today confirm it all. The cold, hard evidence of every text and every lie she sent to Michael and Thomas. There is no more room for doubt, and I can no longer entertain her presence or her poison in my life for a single second longer. I will not give her the satisfaction of a confrontation or an explanation. I am simply removing myself from her reach forever. She can keep her laughter and her games, but she will never have access to my heart or my future again. It's time to block out the noise and finally start living the life she tried so hard to steal from me.
I'm happy to see you here again. I honestly thought you wouldn't show up for this workshop today.
I wouldn't have missed it for anything. I've actually been looking forward to it all week.
Diana, it's not by chance that we keep meeting at these workshops. I think it's time I'm honest with you.
Honest about what?
I've liked you from the very first day I saw you here. I want to be with you, and I want to see where this could go.
To be honest, Jude, you've been catching my eye for a while now too. I just wasn't sure if you felt the same way.
I definitely do. You're single, I'm single, and I don't see anything stopping us from giving this a real chance.
I agree. I've reached a point where I just want something real, and I feel that connection with you.
Then let's make it official. No pressure, just us getting to know each other properly.
I'd like that very much. It feels right.
Good. Then let's finish up here, and maybe we can grab dinner and actually talk about something other than blueprints.
It's a date. I'm glad you finally said something.
I've been thinking a lot about the last few months and how much peace you've brought into my life.
It's been the same for me. I didn't think I could feel this safe with anyone again.
I don't want to spend another day wondering what our future looks like. Diana, will you marry me?
Yes, Jude, I will. I want this more than anything.
I want us to do this our way. No big spectacle, no noise, just us.
I was thinking the same thing. I want a small registry ceremony. Just our immediate family and nothing more.
That sounds perfect.
It's the only way I want to start this chapter. Keeping it private makes it feel more real.
Then it's settled.
For the first time, I'm not worried about what people will say. I'm just happy.
So did you hear the news? Diana finally got married last 3 weeks.
Married? That's impossible. She hasn't even mentioned dating anyone in months. She barely talks to me at all.
Well, she kept it completely under wraps. It was a very private registry ceremony, just family.
Who's the man? It must be some mistake. Diana doesn't do anything without telling me first.
His name is Jude. They met at work, apparently. She's already moved into their new place and changed her number.
She moved? Without saying a word to her best friend? I've been calling her for weeks and getting nothing but a busy signal.
I don't think she considers you a friend anymore. From what I heard, she's completely started over.
I was the one who stayed by her side through everything. She wouldn't just throw me away like this.
Well, she did. She looked happier in the few photos I saw than I've ever seen her.
This can't be happening. She was supposed to. Oh no, what is happening right under my watch?
It looks like she made it just fine without any of us.
Lord, I look back at the last 5 years and I finally understand. The delay wasn't a punishment, it was a preparation. I see now that the 5 years I spent crying and wondering why were necessary to teach me the value of silence. I was handing the keys to my destiny to anyone who smiled at me, not realizing that some people only want to be close so they can see where to strike. Privacy didn't just protect my relationship with Jude, it protected the peace you were building inside of me. By guarding my life, I finally allowed the seeds you planted to grow without being trampled by the envy of others. I am grateful for the betrayal that forced me into the shadows, because it was in those shadows that I learned how to hear your voice clearly, away from the noise of friends and the pressure of the world. I understand now that my life is not a performance for an audience, but a sacred gift to be shared only with those who help me carry the weight of it. My destiny was never delayed. It was just being kept safe until I was wise enough to keep it private. Thank you for the silence, for the peace, and for the wisdom to know that what is hidden is truly protected.
The story of Diana and Anola teaches us the vital Christian lesson of James chapter 3, verses 5 to 8, which warns that the tongue is a small member but can set a great fire. When we overshare our lives, we provide the spark that allows others to burn down our progress. Just as James teaches us to bridle our tongues, we must learn to bridle our transparency, ensuring that our personal matters are not exposed to those who would use their words to poison our future. As believers, we must be swift to hear, slow to speak. James chapter 1 verse 19. Diana's peace only came when she stopped giving Anola the information needed to sabotage her. By keeping her relationship with Jude private, she exercised the biblical wisdom of self-control. Silence is not just about staying quiet. It is about guarding the life God has given you so that no man can use their tongue to curse what God has already blessed.